All right. So hello and welcome to this installment of the Chinese Business History webinar here at the Hong Kong Institute for the Humanities and Social Sciences at the University of Hong Kong. I'm Ghassan Moazin, an assistant professor here at the Institute, and I'm also joined by my colleague, Dr. John Wong, who is also a co-convener of the Chinese Business History cluster here at the Institute. So today we're very happy and lucky to welcome to the webinar Professor Lin Yuju. Professor Lin is a research fellow at the Institute of Taiwan History at Academia Sinica, and she's also a professor at the Department of History at National Taipei University. She has won many prizes and has published very widely in the fields of socioeconomic and maritime history, in Asia broadly, also on Qing Dynasty history. She has also held many visiting fellowships, amongst others at Columbia University, at Waseda University, at Fudan University, and at Harvard University. So she's also very well traveled and has, as I said, published really widely. Today, we're very lucky that she's going to share some of her recent research with us. Her talk is titled Transnational Networks of Human Resources and Knowledge in East Asia, a case study of Taiwan merchant Wang Xuanong, 1870 to 1915, and his trading company. Before I hand things over to Professor Lin, as usual, just a few words about the format. So Professor Lin is first going to present, and then we'll have some time for questions and answers. During the Q&A period, please submit, or even before if you want to, please submit your questions in the Q&A button or through the Q&A button in Zoom, and I will then read them out for Professor Lin to answer during the Q&A period. But I don't want to take up any more time. So Professor Lin, if you are ready, please feel free to get started.
Okay. Thank you, Ghassan. It's my pleasure to give a talk at the webinar, and thank you, Dr. Ghassan's invitation. I think it's a good opportunity to present my new study. I think it's very interesting. I hope you enjoy the talk. We know after the opening of treaty posts in Taiwan. Oh, sorry, after the opening of treaty posts in Taiwan in 1860s, sugar was the most important export product of southern Taiwan, and the export market expanded from China to include Japan, Europe, the United States, and Australia. In the mid-1880s, Taiwan's sugar export market gradually concentrated in China and Japan. As early as in the 1870s, Dago, today's Kaohsiung merchants, went to Yokohama to conduct business. We know Sherman Cohen pointed out that the participation of entrepreneurs and their employees in trading activity is a highly personal process, and it is necessary to examine the space in which they operate, especially the role of long-distance traders as cross-border cultural brokers. So today's my talk from the perspective of cross-cultural knowledge transfer and the trade network mainly discusses how Wang Xuanong, working under two firms that focus on the sugar trade, attempts to explain why and how these sugar merchants who had went to Japan in the early years of the Meiji Restoration for cross-border trade introduced a trading company system that mixed up with Eastern and Euro-American elements while expanding their corporate territory, and how this affected the transformation of Taiwan's commercial culture from the late Qing dynasty to the early days of the Japanese rule. Wang Xuanlong made a unique choice to set up Dechang Company in Tainan after Taiwan was seized to Japan, when most of the merchants fled to China in 1896. By doing so, he soon became the richest businessman in Tainan and the first generation of modern Taiwanese merchant. Let us see his picture, then we will know his type and his thinking. My talk will separate three parts. The first part is Taiwanese businessmen engaged in the transnational sugar trade in Japan after the 1870s. The sugar trade from Taiwan and Japan in the late Qing dynasty involved several firms. Chen Fuqian, the first one is Chen Fuqian. He had established the Sun Hehang in Yokohama by the 1870s at the latest, and it became one of the two major centers of city's Chinatown. After that, Hexin Company was founded by the Sun He manager Chen Zhonghe and the Chen Fuqian family in 1887, and this new firm benefited from Sun He's influence. Sun Hehang and the Hexin Company generally used Dago as their headquarters and sent staff to Yokohama to set up a branch. With the Hexin Company being the foundation of his business, Chen Zhonghe and his family, who had replaced the Chen Fuqian family as the leading Dago sugar traders, became the most prominent sugar merchant in Taiwan. Let us see this picture. We know the first owner is sugar trader is Chen Fuqian and his manager Chen Zhonghe. Then today I will focus on Wang Xuanlong and Chen Zhonghe, the relationship between Chen Zhonghe and Wang Xuanlong, and how Wang Xuanlong to establish his Dechang Company in 1896. In December 1896, Wang Xuanlong went to Tainan and established his own business, the Dechang Company. Wang still maintained a close connection with Chen, and the two had many investment relationships as partners, but each had his own separate business space. The story of Chen Zhonghe and Wang Xuanlong shows how the first batch of Taiwanese businessmen with international trade experience in the late Qing dynasty absorbed new knowledge from foreign countries, seized opportunity, and developed their own business territory. The final part, I will focus on the trading company with a mixture of Eastern Asia and Euro-American resources and system. Dechang, being fluent in foreign language and cognizant of the international situation, Wang and Chen were able to combine knowledge, human sources, and networks drawn from China, Japan, and Britain, and set up a company that combined Western and Eastern elements. We can see the still in description. You can see it use the Dechang Yanghang. It means Dechang Company. So it's very it is very special from this period. Based in China, Wang also set up a warehouse in Yokohama and responded to the range of trading situations from domestic to global. Dechang Company integrates the quality of traditional 98 firms. Chinese name is 98行. Is very popular in East Asia and of modern foreign companies. It coordinates with China's sugar export market, mainly the part of it that stretched northward from central China, and expanded its trading network from Japan and Hong Kong to China and Southeast Asia. Initially, Wang Xuelong gathered 15 shareholders from Taiwan and China, collectively investing 30,000 yuan to establish the joint venture Dechang Company. Although Dechang imitated the establishment of Hexin Company in form, it was also innovative. The 17-item contract noted the name Dechang Company. The insurance of stock, the Chinese character is 股票, which could be passed on to their heirs, and the election by the shareholders of Wang Xuelong and He Dexiu to serve as principal and deputy 当事, as well as the establishment of an unpaid 协理人 concerned corporate ethnic from manager down to shareholders. 协理人 almost came from Japanese custom, the new company's system. It also specified in detail the capital composition of the firm, the powers and the salary of the managers, responsibility concerning profit and loss, the distribution of income, the establishment of a provident fund, shareholder loans, the transfer of shares, auditing of accounts, business closure, and the various regulations. Manager received a monthly salary and a dividend as shares. This is traditional Chinese commercial culture, 硬股. While 5% of the company's profits went to a provident fund, like a 公积金, and which was distributed as a year-end bonus to employees. The remainder was divided equally among shareholders. In addition to holding shares, shareholders could leave money in the company on which they obtained a fixed interest. This was somewhat similar to the Sahikyuwakin, additional investment of Osaka Commercial Company, which was established in 1869 as one of the first Japanese trading company. The Dechang Company system was different from that of Hexin Company. Hexin is established by Wang Xuelong's owner Chen Zhonghe. It's different by separating investors from operating managers, thus avoiding the limitation of raising funds within a family. Managers oversaw the business operation, consulting with associates on staffing decision, except for the selection of accountants. Dechang Company clearly had a more pronounced Japanese element. This is because although Japan began to use the term company, kaisha, at the end of the Tokugawa period, it was not until 1881 that the company law was drafted. It was only officially promulgated in 1889. In the second half of the 1880s, with the enterprise boom, a wave of liberalization facilitated the establishment of companies. In 1896, when Wang Xuelong founded Dechang Company, we know Wang Xuanrong stayed in Yokohama since 1883 until 1895. So he stayed there for 10 years. So he included Japanese commercial law, he knew Japanese commercial law and corporate ethics in this constitution. The diverse and detailed contrast of the company forms they set up fully express their cross-cultural knowledge and the interconnection among their trading networks. Compared with traditional Taiwanese firm, their contract almost just one or three items or no items. So you can know 17 items is very special. They also obtain financing from banks, acting as agents for foreign merchants in the insurance industry, and started a trading network across East Asia. We can see the left. This is a steer in encryption located at Tianhou Gong in Nagasaki. So we can see because this is a Chinese temple, so Dechang company it used Dechang Hao and not Dechang Yanghang. And we also can see Sunhe Zan. This is Chenzhonghe Hechang Gong's branch located in Yokohama. And the right side, this is Wang Xuanrong. He applied to America Council. He wanted to go to Manila for commercial survey. So this is also evident. This kind of new type modern Taiwanese merchant. The Chang company revealed the spirit and the norms of a more modern company formation, which reflects on the company's contract, organization structure, and so on. Wang Xuanrong and Chen Zhonghe successfully set up a trading company as a joint venture with Robert Hastings, a British merchant in Anping, and established the first modern mechanized rice milling concern in Taiwan, the Nanxing Company. Wang Xuanrong was more like a modern merchant, and following the law of trademark was issued in Taiwan, he quickly registered the tobacco and the sugar trademark. He was the first sugar merchant to registered trademark in colonial Taiwan. Then we can see his trademark used the Chinese style and the Western style English character. And we also can see the very famous sugar company, the famous Yanshui-Gang Ensigo Sugar Company, which was the first to be founded using only Taiwanese capital in 1907. Wang Xuanrong also established so many sugar rail for transportation, the sugar and passenger. Conclusion: previous discussion of Taiwanese company have often overlooked the significant contribution of Taiwanese merchants who engaged directly in the sugar trade with Japan and Hong Kong during the late Qing dynasty and the early Japanese colonial period. This article focuses on Wang Xuanrong, who, unlike other Chinese merchants operating within overseas Chinatowns, spends a considerable time in Japan, observing and absorbing different business culture. Seizing the opportunity after Taiwan's cession to Japan in 1895, Wang established Dechang Company in Tainan in 1896, blending traditional and modern elements. Fluent in foreign language and well-versed in international affairs, Wang and Chen leverage their diverse networks across China, Japan, and Britain to dominate the sugar industry and trade in southern Taiwan. By integrating bank capital into introducing modern processing techniques and expanding transportation service, Dechang Company played a vital role in Taiwan's industrialization during the Meiji period. Wang Xuanlong's career marked the emergence of a unique brand of Chinese, Western, and Japanese commercial practice driven by Taiwanese businessmen. This transformation led by local entrepreneurs reshaped Taiwan's business landscape and its role in global trade, highlighting a gradual and complex evolution rather than a simple imposition of foreign influence. That's it. Thank you for your listen.
All right, thank you very much, Professor Lin, for giving us this introduction to Wang Xuanlong and his company, which is really interesting. As I said, we now have some time for questions and answers. So if you have any questions for Professor Lin, please submit them through the Q&A button in Zoom, and I can then read them out for Professor Lin to get back to you. Professor Lin, are you still there?
Yeah. I am here, but I think very strange. I skipped the second part. I don't know why.
你还要继续吗？
没有吗？
PPT。
Because I think we can't see the video. Yeah.
Yeah. You can see me, right?
No.
把麦关起来。
Oh. Okay. 我看你在这边，你在这边帮忙。
Okay, now it works. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So as I said, we now have some time for questions. Professor Lin, could I maybe start with a question? I noticed one thing. So Dechang seems to have used, well, you call it a Dechang company, but it seems to have used Dechang Hao or Dechang Yanghang as the name in Chinese. So could you comment why? I mean, I was particularly struck by the fact that it used Yanghang because that is normally used for foreign companies. So could you comment on that? Why it used these kind of different names? I mean, Dechang Hao I get, but Dechang Yanghang seemed to be quite that sounded to me quite strange that it would use this name that is usually used. I mean, I know Yanghang only from foreign companies that used it at the sort of in a place like Shanghai or something like that.
Right. This is a good question. I think this is maybe just Dechang Wang Xuanlong used this name because we can see the sorry, could you see? No?
你要先放音，然后再分析。
Okay. 那放音。
对，
放音。
从目前图片。
Okay. So we can see this.
你有没有分享？
Oh, sorry. How to use? Yeah, I will show the stone inscription. You can see the steel.
Okay.
So you can see this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see this. Yeah. Deji Yanghang, right? This is Dent company. It belongs to British merchants. But you can see just Dechang Yanghang. Wang Xiong used the name 洋行, but we know in their countries they use 德昌号, 德昌公司 and 德昌洋行 because their trade is a global trade. So if they have trade with foreign company, then they use 洋行, 德昌洋行. But if they trade with Central China or Japan, or Southeast, the Chinese merchant, then they use the 德昌号 or 德昌号 or 德昌行. So this is very flexible. They think their their current. So which one trade with them? So they use the name. So this also reflects their thinking. Yeah, a global international trade. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Do we have any other questions?
Can I jump in, Kasan?
Sure, please. Yeah.
Professor Lin, this is wonderful. I'm quite impressed with the way that the company operated, both financially and operationally. What you have shown us, maybe it's also a translation of their work in ways that we can understand in today's context. Many of the tools that they use, whether it's accounting statements or the way they operated their financing business, dividends and all, that is so very modern from today's standpoint as well. But just to get back to Kasan's question, I mean, what you're showing here in terms of the way they call themselves remind me of very much of the fluidity of early 19th century Canton, when different systems were getting into contact, and the enterprising merchants would just leverage the resources on a very transnational scale, calling themselves what they needed to work with different counterparts when they traded. My question is one of the infrastructure. I mean, did they develop this in response to certain requirements, whether it's registration or banks lending to them, or certain shareholders that were starting to expect a little bit more in terms of reporting or payments on a regular basis? Were there certain elements that impacted the way that they needed to formulate the business at this particular juncture?
Yeah. So you mean the counter structure, right?
Right.
Yeah, and it's different. I think the counter is very special during this period. If we see the traditional counter, then let's just mention who own this firm, or how many shareholders, how many capital, just that. But in this new country, we can see they separate so many parts. As I mentioned, so many parts of the country structure, and I think they also use the new term. I don't know in Canton company they are the same or not. Because this is the first time we saw 股票 stock. Previous country they didn't use that, and also the 协理人 is the first time reveal. We don't see that before. So this kind of arrangement or organization, I mean the company's organization also different. They have owner, but all the shareholders and the manager and associate different from before. And they also mentioned so many various regulation, like auditing of accounts or business closure. This is very special too. we saw the traditional contract. They didn't say when their firm bankrupt how to deal with it, but there are so many things to establish a trading company's regulation. So I think it's very different, very interesting. And compare with his owner Chen Zhonghe's 核心公司 contract also very different. It have new innovative items. Is that okay? I got your
yes,
question.
that's great. Thank you.
Thank
That's
you.
lovely.
Yeah, thank you. So we have a few questions. The first question comes from Professor Elizabeth Cull, and she says, thank you, Professor Lin. Can you say a bit more about the managers that were hired for the branch in Yokohama, etc.? Did Wang recruit managers from his family network or use extended native place networks to work in Japan? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Professor Cole. I think we knew each other. We met previously. I thank you for your question. Right. The branch of Yokohama, we can see during Sunhe Zan, actually it's just a branch of Sunhe in Kaohsiung. But 1870s, Chen Fuqian, the owner, the first generation owner, sent Chen Zhonghe to Yokohama. This is the first time, maybe the first time Taiwanese went to Japan. So he stayed there, and he had so many connections with Guangzhou Bang, Guangzhou, and Zhaoqing commercial groups. So he stayed there, and I think he have good relationship with Guangzhou commercial groups. So he was elected as a trustee in 1876. I mean, in the Chinatown, Yokohama, as Chinese commercial association, 中华商会. So this is very interesting or special. As a Taiwanese, he could get this position. Then you can know how about his relationship with Guangzhou Bang. So he also expanded his trade network to Southeast Asia, like Qianyuan insurance company, as Chen Zhonghe as agency, and so on. And also in Hong Kong, so many companies he as agency. So this is Chen Zhonghe, but Wang Xuelong is a little different, because Chen Zhonghe every year, maybe twice, came back first to Japan and Taiwan. But Wang Xuelong, he stayed in Oklahoma in 10 years. He probably didn't come back to Kaohsiung. So this is why he knew more Japanese commercial culture. And Chen Zhonghe and Wang Xuelong, they had went to Hong Kong, China, and travel around Eastern Asia. So they can speak English and Japanese very well, and they cooperated with some Japanese owner, the company's owner, like Abe, very famous Japanese merchant. And so we can see in Yokohama, they have so many connections and relationships. So this is why after they came back to Taiwan, they focus on the sugar company. Then so many machine actually also depend on Japanese or British merchants to help them purchase the machine. So but unfortunately we are not so there are not so many sources. But right now we can see that we so many sources actually reversed in the Taiwan General Governor's archive, so we can know how they stay in Yokohama. Is it okay, Professor Cole?
No, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, maybe one follow-up. So the question was also about in terms of hiring. So that means that they basically relied on the direct family network. So they didn't go beyond the family in hiring managers, let's say in Yokohama.
Yeah, in from the family side, I think interesting. From Chen Fuqian, Chen Zhonghe until Wang Xuelong, we cannot see any family tie. They don't send their daughter, their sons or any blood native to them. No. So it's interesting. I think I lost my second part. I don't know why. The second part I explain how they why they just use the talent employee. I think Chen Zhonghe stayed in Japan. He also knew the Kyoto and Osaka, the custom. They also hire the very talented staff. And when they have some good achievement, then they award their staff. Let them open another firm. Oh, this is a very close connection. So I think this may be a similar knowledge for them.
I see. So they would actually locally hire staff as well then.
You mean the local staff, right?
Yes.
Yeah. We didn't see anything about this record, but we know Wang Xuelong hired Japanese staff to help his Dechang company, and he also very interested. I think very interested. He also married a Japanese woman. Then the Japanese woman to chat or to made some relationship with the government. Oh, we had to know actually the Taiwan governor, I mean Japanese colonial government also very help Wang Xuelong to establish some trade network. I mean, it's also Taiwan governor also was support. Wang Xuelong also was the first chairman of Sanjiao. Sanjiao is it is very different with China. In China, we know 会馆 and 公所, but in Taiwan or in Fujian and Santou and Singapore, I mean Southeast Asia, they use jiao, the guild, kind of guild, but it's different. It's different with 会馆. So jiao, they speak in Minnan South Fukienese language. So it established in the mid 18th century. First emerged in Tainan. Then, so in Tainan, the Sanjiao was a very powerful association, commercial merchant community. Is very powerful, but after the Japan occupied Taiwan, then the most of Chinese merchants they fled to Fujian. Then the Sanjiao this guild was collapsed or didn't work. Then when Wang Xiong came back to Tainan, the government asked Wang Xiong to re-establish the association. So Wang Xiong was the first chairman of Sanjiao during the Japanese colonial period. Yeah, so he also used the Sanjiao as a cultural broker. As a cultural broker, he used the Sanjiao community. Then he can introduce so many Japanese commercial culture or the policy. Yeah, so I mean because Wang Xiong very indeed knew how the Meiji restoration under the policy. So when the government the new policy promulgated. Sorry. Anyway, he will follow the new policy and expand his economy territory or trade network.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you. The next question is about technology, and it asks whether in your research you have looked at the change of technology in the development of their sugar company. So whether there was any kind of change, maybe because they imported new machinery or something like that in their production of sugar.
Okay, this is also a good question. Yeah, the sugar actually in the original even Chen Zhonghe or Chen Fuqian until Wang Xiong, they are just trade sugar, but they are not. I think they just bought sugar and they use the loan. Then they can got the sugar in advance. So this is why foreign company they say they control all the sugar in southern Taiwan. Actually, a kind of in Taiwan because sugar almost produced from southern Taiwan. So, but when the new opportunity, the new trends occurred late, so Wang Xiong and Chen Zhonghe they think about the new sugar company was necessary. So especially Wang Xiong, I think he is very powerful. He maybe used the Sanjiao. I mean the Sanjiao kind of platform, and he can communicate so many South Taiwan sugar traders, sugar landowner, or the production owner, something. So he integrated the all group, then established two new kind of sugar company. One is I mentioned the Yanshui Gang, company, sugar company, and another is Tainan sugar company. It almost cover all the field. So the Tainan sugar or above North sugar almost controlled by him. So this is different because he's accepted the new kind of sugar company. And why they use the machine? So it's different with traditional Chinese. Kambu is different. It's use machine. But right now I just focus on till 1905. Since 1905, because Chen Zhonghe and Wang Xuelong, they made a mistake during the Russia-Japanese war because they made a mistake investment. So they almost got bankrupt. But the government, the colonial government, helped them and asked the bank give them some time to deal with the old debt. So since 1905, Wang Xuelong's business and changed a lot. This and we know during this period, Japanese big company like Taiwan Sugar Company, controlled by owned by Mizui Group, then gradually came to Taiwan, and like the transportation also the same. Osaka commercial ship group also Mitsubishi group also came to Taiwan. So since 1905 is the new year for them, and also we can see his trader his sugar company gradually from Tainan and gradually moved to central Taiwan. So it's a different period, and it's changed a lot.
All right, thank you.
Can I ask whether if they change their packaging when they shipped to and from the various locales, were there changes in the process as the different parties try to shape the business?
You mean change the party what?
Packaging or the units of accounting sugar? How did they trade? How did they pack the sugar for shipping? And how did they change the unit of accounts when they were buying and selling sugar?
Okay, I see. Right. During this period, I think they also use the traditional kind, use the bag, but this issue I didn't focus on it. So maybe it's a new research. After that, I will think about that. Yeah, because recently, since 2019, I organized commercial trader documents group. We read the document. It's very famous Nagasaki Taiyi firm's commercial documents. Since 2019, we every month we read the document. So this is, you can see I just published it last year. Then in this document we indeed see so many packages problem, but this is located in Taipei. Yeah, this year I just focus on South Taiwan. I didn't see any sugar. I just started my research for this document. I mean, in South Taiwan, in South Taiwan is sugar trade, but in North Taiwan is rice trade. It's different. Yeah, but we saw so many transportation or package conflict. So many problems there. So it's very interesting.
Very. Looking
Yeah.
forward to learning more about it. This is an exciting transnational history.
Yes, very yeah. This document actually it include I mean things the north is Russia, the Fukienese Minnanese merchant their firm located in Russia. Since not Russia until Thailand, Mango, and Singapore, lots of Hong Kong, lots of correspondence. I mean the merchants correspondent from Hong Kong, from Taiwan, they write correspondence to Nagasaki, Taiyi, Fen, Chen family. So it let us know it's very interesting global or East Asia trade problem, or how to establish the network. So if everyone interested, please join us every week, every month. We have an online hybrid reader group.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you are interested, you can send me an email. Then you can join us every month, and we always read this document on Tuesday, and include this is international reader group. Actually include British scholars and Germany scholars and Japanese scholars. They are interested in this document.
Great. Yeah. Thank you. We have one more question that comes from Zhang Wen. And the question is, the question is, thanks for the presentation. It's very interesting. I wonder whether you see how the shareholders of this company divided their shares or loans differently from traditional Chinese companies, I guess, like Shanxi Merchants, for instance. So it's about the shareholding of the company and how it's how the shares are divided.
Yeah. Right. I think the same the same is 硬股 like 硬股. I mean but 硬股 is for manager. And the shareholder with Shandong merchant, I am not so familiar with it. Right. This is also I had to notice it because I just compare with Fukienese merchant, because it is different. If you look at so many commercial documents, you will know sometimes the local commercial culture is so different. So I right now I just focus on Fujian, but it's a good question. I will notice it. How about the shareholder with Shandong? Previous we saw some contract. It's also very different. So yeah, this is also a question. I will notice it. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Do we have any final questions? I mean, we are almost out of time, but If not, then I think what remains for me to do is to thank you, Professor Lin, for taking the time to give us a talk and share this very exciting research with us. I really think it's fascinating and really it sounds to me just like a Chinese multinational company, basically, that is operating across so many across so many different borders. So this is really fascinating, and I think we all look forward to learning more about it in the future. So thank you very much, and thanks to everyone for tuning in. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you so much, Professor Lin.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. It's a very, very good chance to talk with everyone. I also had to, sorry, I think, I don't know why the second part I lost. So I cannot explain very, very well. But if you are interested, please see the article I just published in JRAS Cambridge Journal. Please see watch it. And if you are interested or have some question, you can let me know. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.